The Deloitte fraudulent AI report is reminding me of the Wells Fargo scandal. And the connection is that whatever leadership permits, it condones, even if they don't explicitly say it. It's too early to know what caused this in Deloitte, but I have a suspicion that I'm going to share because if you are in an organization that's hurrying to implement AI, you want to keep this in mind. So I'm Dr. Anna Kalschmidt. I research the unwritten rules of work for the working class and neurodivergence. In my book that comes out soon, I have a chapter on each unwritten rule, and in the unwritten rule of boundaries, I talk about workplace bullying. This is the unwritten rule where people backstab you, get to know personal information about you to use it against you later. Because bullying is not illegal in the United States, only in Puerto Rico, which yes is part of America, but I said the state, it's very hard to find data that shows the legal and money impacts of bullying. But Wells Fargo is a great example because they had such unrealistic financial goals for their organization, held their salespeople to such unattainable standards that people knew there was no way they were going to meet these goals. They had the go for great as an 8 strategy, which was about 3 times as much as the average bank account holder has. Having 8 accounts open, that's crazy. Just to put into context how crazy this was, listen to this quote from my book about the whistleblower. Yesenia Gatron painted a clear picture of how outrageous the expectations were. Gatron knew something was amiss when she began working in a Wells Fargo bank in St. Helena, California, a small town of 5,000 people with 14 competitors. Across its 5 banks, Wells Fargo's bankers were required to open 40 accounts daily or be fired. She knew this was mathematically impossible. Even if the whole town subscribed in these amounts, the bank would have no new customers within only 125 days. In an industry that requires mathematical proficiency, the finance executives claimed not to have noticed this simple division calculation. And still, the managers at Wells Fargo are documented to have used open bullying and public humiliation tactics to force people into trying to meet these sales goals. And so what did these people do? They started lying about it. They started opening fake accounts. That doesn't take away the individual responsibility, but it certainly is the environment that brewed it. Because this is people's livelihoods, and this came up when the Wells Fargo executives were brought in to explain to Congress why they had such rampant fraud. And Congress members pointed out that it was their responsibility because people who make an average of like $30,000 to $60,000 a year, they have to make ends meet. And they pointed out the millions that the executives were making and how it was just an unfair power imbalance. And that they clearly didn't do anything to stop the bullying that was condoning this behavior. They didn't tell people to do it, but they allowed it to happen. And what is the connection I see here with the Deloitte scandal? Is, again, I don't know why, and I don't want to say anything negative about Deloitte in particular that hasn't already been verified. But a risk with AI and our corporate American hustle culture is that it's going to be do more and more and more, faster, faster, faster. And if you have people on such urgent timelines that they can't fact check your reports, you are breeding a culture of disinformation. You are selling things that claim to be knowledge work and not having the knowledge to do it. And that's fraud. None of this is hard to predict. Lil old me called this last year and said this publicly in a conference this spring. HHS had a false report this summer, and now the Deloitte one. Honestly, I hope Australia comes down hard on this, not with any beef with Deloitte, but because we cannot allow this behavior to become normalized. What the fuck is the value of white-collar work if there's no knowledge anymore? Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, you want to learn more, join my school linked in my bio. It's where I do all of my courses and I have weekly group coaching. If you want to ask me about your situation one-on-one, you can book some time on my calendar. The first 20 minutes are free and one-on-one coaching is available for purchase. But if you want to test the waters first, I recommend joining my Thursday call in my school community where you can learn from other people, network, and ask me questions live. Leave a comment if you'd like to see a video about a particular topic or a course in my school.